Dissolution of British Parliament. Good evening. I'm your host for tonight. In the light of the American presidential election, we decided to take this opportunity to educate you on how the transfer of power occurs in other nations around the world. Tonight, we will demonstrate for you a perfectly accurate representation as to how they call a federal election in England, otherwise known as the Dissolution of Parliament. Unlike the United States, where federal and state elections take place on a fixed schedule every 2 or 4 years, a federal election in England can take place anytime when a government has proven it has lost the ability to function effectively. When that happens, a highly sophisticated series of events must occur in a delicately coordinated manner, involving both Parliament and the monarchy. You see before you the two most important institutions of power for those proceedings: Westminster Parliament and Buckingham Palace. Often when a minority government cannot get enough votes to pass a bill, then Parliament has become fractured and unable to function. When this happens, you can often find the members of Parliament playing in the mud in front of Westminster, as they have gotten drunk and are completely useless. When this happens, the ruling monarch is informed of the current situation. Your Majesty, Your Most Royal Highness, Lizzie. Lizzie.
What?
Look at those two MPs playing in the mud.
Oh, we can't pass legislation.
Jamie?
Yeah, we bollocksed up the government.
Oi, fuck.
The Queen must assemble her royal garments that are absolutely necessary to the elaborate process that is to come.
Where did I put that fucking crown? Bloody hell! The scepter's all covered in teething marks. William, I told you to keep the scepter away from the baby.
It's not Louis, Grandma. It's Prince Philip. Did you think?
Once the Queen has assembled her essential royal attire, she makes the essential trip from Buckingham Palace to the great halls of democratic power.
Off you go, Caasi. This is your turn.
Well, Grandpa always said we should never have closed down the Tower of London. I swear I should hang all of those fools by their thumbs.
Blimey.
Once the Queen arrives at Westminster Parliament, she is greeted by the nation's Prime Minister.
Aye, sir.
My name's Eliza. I'm the Prime Minister. I am.
enough. Shut it, you. You're sacked. Right. When you formed the last government, what specific instructions did I give you?
Majesty, not to fuck up the government.
And what did you do?
Mum, we totally fucked up the government.
Right.
Once the addressing of Parliament has taken place, Westminster Abbey is gently pushed into the Thames River where it dissolves, as it is mostly made out of Epsom salt. Be sure to tune in next week when we recreate the Australian federal election, otherwise known as the booting of Parliament. Thank you and good night.